We going live in just a second. I just want to shout out this music you're going to be listening to, Jay the Chemist. You can find him on YouTube at Jay the Chemist. This is his official stream, Beauty, the mixtape you're going to be listening to in the background. So shout out. Let's go ahead and get into this. Today we're going to be discussing Dragon Ball, power levels. Where is the state of Dragon Ball at? How strong is everybody, and where do they measure up? So let's go ahead and get into it. So what's going on, people? This is Q in the Sound. You're listening to Jay the Chemist, Beauty. Let me go ahead and show that to you right quick. Go ahead and follow this guy right here, man. Much respect. This guy is ridiculous when it comes to beats, but I digress. Let's go ahead and get into our topic of the day, which is Dragon Ball. So, man. Frieza Black and Gohan Beast. I almost said Goku Black. I feel like everyone's getting an iteration of the name and the color so that they can, just get all these power-ups and transformations and trademark them before anybody else does. Because I could have swore I saw Frieza Black before it came out. But let me talk about him, man. So Frieza Black is this character who just came out in the new Super manga. If you know anything about the Super manga, Goku and Vegeta had unlocked a cornucopia of new powers. Vegeta knows how to instant transmission, although he says he'll never use it again. We know by Vegeta's character that's probably just something he's gonna say. You know what I'm saying? But even with that, he went and trained on Yardrat. He gained a few power-ups like how to siphon energy from people, which makes sense with his Ultra Ego power-up, because essentially he's drawing power with every hit he gets, getting a boost and getting that Goddess Destruction boost, which is something else that we're going to go into in another topic. But also you can see here Goku, he's pretty much adapted his Ultra Instinct to his base form. He's came to this inner awakening after getting the scouter that Bardock left behind for him on this planet, and basically was like, yo, let me try to, I don't know, involve the Saiyan part of my history and this part of my history and using it power. I'll have to go deep into that discussion, but that is not the purpose of the discussion. That is just to premise everything that's going on. So after all these power-ups, after fighting Granola, who basically wished himself to become the strongest in the universe, and then after fighting Gas, who also further wished himself to become strongest in the universe, after fighting these two, in comes Frieza after 10 years of training. And Frieza, just to go back real quick, Frieza reminds me of like a dark version of Gohan, because he is the prince, essentially. And in some weird, strange way, Gohan is like the sire, I don't know. But he would be the prince of all Saiyans if Vegeta and his line was dealt with. He would essentially be the last line of Saiyans. So there is kind of a duality here. We don't ever really see Frieza's family here in this universe, but we see him as the strongest, basically, of the universe now. You know what I mean? And at every point, he's always a major threat. And now, after finding himself and training for 10 years in a hyperbolic time chamber, dude, he one-shots. Let me just show you. First of all, main antagonist of all this, okay? Dude that was tricked into almost killing Goku and Vegeta. This guy is supposed to be as strong as the strongest person in the universe, which is still not explained. No one still knows who the strongest is. Look at this, power-ups, and in even right here he goes Frieza Black, tears this guy up, or maybe he was in base form, but it looks like he transformed a little bit right here. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but neither here nor there. The point is, at the end of all this, after killing Alec, man, he shows off for real his new transformation, Frieza Black. Frieza Black ain't nothing to mess with. And let me explain why, dude. Because one shot, boom! Goku and Vegeta in their most powerful transformations yet. I mean, let's just, wow, that's, dang. He had no shame. He had no shame. He was laying them out. He did not care. Oh, wow. Look at that. I'm just saying, man, that was tough. That was tough. Let's get back in there. Oh. It's alright. I had this all laid out. It's all good. All that to explain. Look at this. Look at this. This is on the official Dragon Ball website, which I suggest people going to too, to get your own interpretation, man. This is a great tool. And you know what? We're not even going to get into that. We're going to get into that because I got some theories in which I need to explain to y'all what I think is going on right now. One shot tore him up. Look at this. Pure happiness. He has waited for, this is his art. He has waited for this moment his whole life. One shot it. Bam. He's like, you know what, bro? I'm straight. I don't really need to murk y'all, but I feel like there's wasted potential on this field. Yo, come be my servants, work the kitchen. And they were like, yep. So we basically recruited, if you think about it, more untapped potential. Because these dudes are strong. Of course, they're not as strong as Gas, but apparently they're stronger than Alec, which is something to think about. Just saying. More untapped potential. Already with that life. And he dips. Okay? And this is the last we see of Frieza. Okay? Now, all this... Let me just roll up on his face, man. This might be my new profile on Instagram. Yo, all this to say that Frieza has surpassed many people in Dragon Ball. But there's a few, but we're gonna stick to this universe. There's a few people that I don't think that he's actually surpassed. Frieza, especially after 10 years of training, you have to think, like, that, who knows how many times. You can't ever really equate a power level in Dragon Ball to a number. It's more of a strength and a divinity and like a mental prowess. It's a multitude of things which they explain. Like even with Goku and Vegeta had to go and train on Yardrat like Goku did to unlock a new potential for himself. He was capped. And the same thing with Goku. I hope I said Vegeta did that on Yardrat. Goku did the same thing in the Hyperbolic with Beerus. And you know, it goes to show that there is a lot of work that goes into building these characters and these characters building themselves. You know what I mean? These guys didn't get one-shotted. Who knows? They could have died right here. If you think about it, before this fight with Granola, especially with how strong Granola is, and let's just go to Granola. Let's just go look at Granola. This cat right here, dude. Granola, and I agree with a lot of people when they say Granola probably wouldn't have stood a chance against Frieza. And this is obvious, like, yeah, Manito was not finna die from that. His core is still alive, whatever. You know, I feel like that core thing from Cell was based off of the Namekians, because they do have a core within themselves that where as long as the head, I think, doesn't sever from the body, they're straight. As long as their power level is to a certain extent, which is why you see some certain Namekian civilians die, and some other Namekians who have actually gained enough strength and power survive from getting like fatally shot and stuff like that. You know, Manito is an elder of great potential and strength not old like Grand Elder Guru, but old and battle tested now. He was the mage in this whole D&D of fighting. You know what I mean? So all that to say that Granola, who also used the wish to make himself stronger in this whole fight, you know, to become the strongest in the universe or whatever, you know, he would have probably lasted a cool one manga chapter against Frieza, and then I think he would have been out. But even then, like, there's a duality here, right? I think I heard Stealth the Programmer say something along the lines of gas basically ran out of gas, you know what I mean? And that is the point of this shot right here. That's the point of this shot, is because, yeah, Gas was a strong and powerful being, but just imagine, Gas had been alive since Granola was a kid. Who knows how long these guys live, let alone how long, like, their power lasts and whatnot. Let alone the wish that Lek made on them. I got a lot of let alones, but I'm just saying, you know, that is ugh. But anyways, back to Frieza Black. So we've established that right now Frieza Black is one of the strongest characters in the contemporary Dragon Ball world. And when I say that, I mean outside of like the actual deities. Like, there is having the energy of a god, and there is possessing like godlike qualities, which is definitely Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, Gohan, Beast, maybe. Who knows? We'll talk about that. But, you know, like, they're separated from the recognized pantheon of Dragon Ball gods. You know what I'm saying? And again, we'll get into that. So, let's see if I can wrap this up. I hope I haven't been talking for too long. Let's see. I'm using this as a time limit. Alright, 10 minutes into the stream, and we got some good points out. So, let's not. Let's start here. Let's start here first, okay? So first, Frieza, you know, like I said, dips, brings his chef crew, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Minato lives. What's it called? Granola is like, oh yeah, you know, let's make a change, blah blah. I'm sorry, my bad. And then Minato's like, hey, Goku, take this. And you know what? I think because of this, like, this is gonna change some things coming with Goku. Like, I'm hoping he gets a tail. I'm hoping that this is an awakening, that they need to revert back to some of their old Saiyan habits, if you will. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, only Goku knows. Only Goku knows. We don't know. We don't know. But what I will say is, a lot of people are confused on, like, the timeline. Where does the movies fit in with the manga, with the anime, blah, 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 blah. A lot of people consider them different canonical, like, entries into the series. But I think Dragon Ball has done a great job at explaining, you know what I'm saying? we'll focus in on this one. I think Dragon Ball has done a great job at explaining how it works. You know what I mean? So even right now, we're in that time skip between Z and GT, as I understand it, right? But still, whatever happened between Z and GT is happening right now. And even though that this is a manga's rendition, interpretation, whatever you want to call it, even though this is a manga's rendition, interpretation, whatever you want to call it, of the series, it still coincides with what is going on currently, even though we're not seeing it in the anime right now. So we can derive from this that Goku and Vegeta are going to get similar power-ups. Wait a minute. Go and get it. Never slipping. Coming through. Break all divisions. Go ahead, nigga. I'm with it. I'm sorry. I just had to. The drop was nice. It was very drippy. But all that to say, you know what I'm saying? Only ones that really know what's going to happen are those with, like, the ultimate divine power. And to an extent, I almost feel like if he wanted to exert himself, kind of like how I can't remember the fan manga's name, but there was like a rogue angel that did some things, but almost if he wanted to, Beerus could peek out and, you know what I'm saying, see the future or see what's going on. He can pretty much know everything that's going on at all times, but his job is not to get involved. Thus, his divinity, you know, that's the measurement of it. You know what I mean? He does not get involved with anything mortal like. He does things as favors to Goku, as favors to Vegeta, but that's more in line with like when favors were done and given to like Sun Wukong, which is the duality of this. You know what I'm saying? With the Buddha and the Jade Emperor, which I don't think a lot of favors were given out to. Look at his face. He knows what's going on. He's looking at you, the reader, knowing that we're going to be discussing all this crap. But that's also neither here nor there. What's going on with these two? Do they stack up to these two? Well, obviously not to him. And apparently not to him. But let's discuss Gohan, man. Let's go ahead and discuss Gohan, dude. Apparently these three guys don't stack up. But I think this last, let's see, where are we at? You know what? We'll just go here because I don't have a picture up of Gohan. And I'm not a Gohan hater, but I am saying that I do not believe that Gohan is at that level of Black Frieza. Put your pitchforks down and all that stuff. All I'm saying is that he isn't there yet. And this, if anything, shows his ascension to like catch up with Goku and Vegeta, which I'm just saying, if you didn't know where the manga and the movies and everything, how it all ties in, this is where Goku and Vegeta are on the way to right now, to Beerus' planet. They are literally on the way there. And if you pick up in the movie with Gohan Beast, let's go back, you know that Goku and Vegeta are on that planet. Haven't been in touch, blah, 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 blah. And it makes sense that they would go there to train right after getting their asses handed to them by Frieza Black, or Black Frieza, or, you know, whatever. It doesn't really help him, actually, because he was like this genocidal ruler. I mean, I don't know. That's more trying to humanize him. We have to remember that Frieza's some weird lizard alien thing that doesn't have a real name. And we still got leagues above to speak about. Anyways, so let's go here. So we got Gohan Beast, his unleashed form, his most unleashed potential. And here you can see he's going ham on Cell Max and blah, 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 blah. If you watch the movie, I don't think that's really a spoiler. He wins. Maybe there's an alternate timeline where he doesn't. But him and Piccolo come together. Special beam cannon. I forgot. The Macacus Sapo. Him in the face, and it's over. You know what I'm saying? Now, why I don't think he's stronger than Frieza Black. I mean, I feel like it's obvious. I mean, Frieza got an incredible, oh my god, he got an incredible amount of time to go train, and he probably enjoyed it. Maybe he didn't, but now that he knows that he's there, you think that he stopped? I bet you that Frieza, went back and trained like crazy. You know what I mean? In that hyperbolic, after punching him in the stomach or whatever. You know, during this time, Vegeta and Goku are training, and during this time, they're teaching Broly how to train. So they're already recognizing the threat that they have. Broly is maybe the one card that they have up their sleeve, but I'm pretty sure they're understanding that that card is getting a little flimsy. You know what I mean? The longer they wait. Everything that Goku joked about and Vegeta predicted is coming true, essentially. And what we're seeing is what seems like a final hope, but I'm seeing Gohan more as an additional sparring partner. He's going to become a more prominent figure in the Dragon Ball series, but by far this doesn't make him stronger than than really anybody. Like it maybe makes him stronger at the moment than Goku, but you're only taking them like in the strength category. Goku's ability is all about reading the movements and like the functions of his opponent before they strike, thus making them miss and letting him strike. Now, is this saying that, you know what I'm saying? Is this saying that Goku's strikes are stronger in his powered up state? I don't know. Who knows? Because Kefla says some things, but Goku's powered up way more since then. But I think that would be an even fight now between Goku and Gohan. Goku has his power up, Gohan has his power up, Piccolo has his power up, Vegeta has his power up, and Granola is somewhere either above or in the middle of all of that. You know what I mean? But all of this to say, Frieza Black is their next. Frieza Black, this guy, Frieza Black is their next hurdle that they're gonna have to cross. I'm telling you. Now, I told you I would have one more thing to talk about other than Frieza Black, you know, and it's facts. I'm over here talking about Beerus. Now, if you aren't aware, I mean, okay, Frieza Black, here, let's go back. Punching and taking them out in one hit. Okay, that is definitely a feat that you want to look at, but don't get overhyped. I mean, one, in the next panel, let's see, they're just reeling in pain. And remember, they've been fighting all day. Even though they're back to their full power, that's just like getting your ribs broken again. Like, you don't want to deal with that. Like, and he's just happy to see them in pain. He just wanted to cause them pain, not kill them. You know what I'm saying? And they were caught unaware. They didn't think he'd be that strong. They were probably still awestruck. Oh my god, he's out of here. I am so sorry. But all that to say, then we got the topic of Beerus, who's first of all the teacher of this, basically both Saiyans, but more specifically now Vegeta, since their little rivalry. All that to say, Beerus is an underlooked character, as well as like the rest of the pantheon of the gods of destructions. Like, they literally maintain the order. I think if you watch Heroes, I understand some of y'all are a little biased towards that, but I feel like Heroes kind of shows the power levels that everyone's at the time. You know what I mean? And so I remember hearing somewhere that Goku, or even like Goku, or Vegito Blue Prime Ultra Instinct and all that may be stronger than Beerus, but Beerus understands the concept almost equally to the amount of Goku. So that's not to say that Vegito or Gogeta in their fused state are just gonna unlock all the mysteries of Ultra Instinct. It's a state, one, that the angels have mastered. You'll see Beerus. Let's go to Beerus. Or you'll see, I said Beerus. Oh my god, I am out of it. You'll see Whis consistently in this form at all times. This is his passive form, which speaks to why he's so strong, to his leagues of strength. Yet we have never seen him exert himself. We've never seen a catastrophe of that level. But when it comes to Beerus, oh, that's not Beerus, and that's not Beerus either. But yes, when it comes to Beerus, I'm telling you, like, he is the first line of defense. He's overseeing the universe with his master. Overseer, manager, that's their relationship. You know what I mean? They work together. You know what I mean? And when he saw, and some of you are going to be looking at me like, yo, I mean, but his reaction to Broly, I mean, bro, like, Broly, dog. No. His reaction to Broly makes sense because Broly is a maniacal monster. In every series, he has always had issues, and it has been an issue keeping his issues at bay. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is Beerus would rather not fight. He's a cat. Dude, look at this. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Look at this. Look at this. He's a cat. Look at this. Look at this. I can't even sit in my chair Because of my cat. No, you're star of the show now. Come here. Look at this. See this? Look at this fuzzy kitten. You can't even see it. Well, there's a Beerus. Beera. I don't know. Right here. Say hi. Look at that. And look at her. She's half asleep. Look at that. I push her back to sleep. What am I trying to say here? Well, Dragon Ball is one of those gag shows, isn't it? And when you're dealing with a gag show like Dragon Ball originally was, you have to take into effect the personalities of the characters that are in it. Vegeta's always stayed true to his personality. He hasn't really changed much, like with a lot of these other animes where they're going through all these major arcs and they change. No, these are definitive characters, which is why you love them so much. But Beerus is definitively the strongest in the universe, to me. If you were to ask me, he hasn't even showed what he was capable of. Okay, he brawled Champa, his brother, but that was a brotherly squabble. One that we see later, like, okay, is basically overturned later. Okay, later, and let me explain. Later in the Tournament of Power, when Beerus is looking at Champa right before he is erased, he has remorse. He doesn't show it, but he has remorse. You know what I mean? He is a god, so he doesn't show remorse, but he does have it for his brother, and his brother has it for him. You know what I mean? Is it a competition? Yes, because they want to be the one to kill the other. I mean, and cats have that type of weird relationship too. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? Some other cats, just saying, you might not be ready for this. Let me see if I can turn this down a little bit. Am I being picked up? I hope I'm being picked up. It's all good. This is going in. Alright. There we are. I think it was barely turned down. Anyways. Motherly cats, sometimes they eat their babies when they think they're born in a hostile environment. Is what it is. But I take this as two brothers looking out for each other. You know what I'm saying? And not really wanting to hurt each other. They were fighting. Jeez, I have cat hair all over me now. They were fighting, but they weren't hating. You catch my drift? Now, all that to say, Beerus would still one-shot Frieza Black. Frieza Black still has he still has, you know, to tread very lightly. Very lightly. And if he doesn't, you know what I mean, he might get wiped out. But I think he knows this. I think he knows it. And if he doesn't, well, it's also very true to his character. So, all that to say, watch out. Watch out. Beerus is the real one that y'all need to be worried about. You know, as far as our universe is concerned. We haven't come across somebody stronger than the Almighty Cat. Peace. This is dope. I'm telling you. Peep him, Jay the Chemist. It's all good. E.